Welcome to Rob's writing vlog number 8, The Power of Outlining and Why It Changes Everything. Hi, it's Rob Parnell here from my Writing Academy, and welcome to this week's vlog. Let's talk about outlining and why, once you get the hang of it, it becomes your best friend as a writer. It's not a rigid taskmaster or some creativity-sapping to-do list, but an engine of power, clarity and focus that will change the way you write forever. But doesn't outlining kill the magic? That's what I used to think too. Writers often say, I like to discover the story as I go, or if I know what happens, what's the point of writing it all down? It's a romantic idea that stories should arrive like dreams, fully formed, unpredictable and electric. And sure, inspiration like that happens sometimes, but it's rare, and relying on it is like trying to build a house by hoping the bricks fall into place on their own. In truth, outlining doesn't kill the magic. It lets you build it, scene by scene, with structure, with purpose, and with far less wasted time and second-guessing. Because here's the truth I've learned from mentoring tens of thousands of writers. The writers who outline finish. Writers who don't outline often don't finish. What an outline really is. Now, let's take a step back. An outline is not a prison. It's not something carved in stone that you have to obey. It's just a map, a flexible working document that guides your journey. Just like a map of a city doesn't prevent you from exploring. An outline doesn't stop creativity. It focuses it. A good outline helps you clarify your protagonist's goal. What do they want? Structure your plot around clear turning points. It balances the pacing across acts or chapters, and it builds meaningful arcs for your characters. It also avoids writer's block that by always knowing what comes next. It's a life raft, a planning board, a confidence booster, and a time-saving super tool, all rolled into one. Outline equals thinking like a pro. One thing I tell my students over and over, writing is a craft. It's not just an art, but something that improves with process, intention, and planning. Outlining is thinking like a professional. It's what every screenwriter does, every thriller writer, every successful author you admire is outlining, even if they don't call it that. And once you start outlining properly, you begin to see story structure differently. Instead of fumbling your way through a vague premise, you start with a beginning that hooks, a middle that twists and escalates, and then an end that delivers payoff and resolution. From there, you break it down further. The inciting incident, the first plot point, the midpoint reversal, the crisis, the climax, and the final image. Now, if any of that sounds like a screenwriting class, well, it's because it works. This isn't formula, it's rhythm, and rhythm gives the story power. But I still want to be surprised. Good. The outline doesn't tell you what to write. It asks you to think ahead. That's all. In fact, some of the best surprises in writing can come through the outlining phase. You'll make connections, see motives, discover reversals, all in the planning. And once you start writing, your scenes come alive faster. Your characters behave more believably, and your tension rises naturally. Outlining doesn't rob you of discovery. It moves it earlier in the process, so that by the time you draft, you're not flailing in the dark. You're creating with purpose. Introducing my all-new course on outlining. Now, if this sounds like something you'd want to master, and I promise you is worth mastering, then I've got something very special. My brand new outlining course is now live. It's called simply Outlining, How to Map Out Anything Forever. And I don't say this lightly. It might be the most important course I've ever made. Whether you're writing a novel, a short story, a memoir, a screenplay, a non-fiction guide, this course shows you exactly how to outline it. I cover the basic blueprint, the advanced plot mechanics, the character arc integration, and even the one-page pitch synopsis that publishers seem to love. You'll learn how to outline from scratch and how to fix broken outlines too. You'll see outlines for thrillers, mysteries, romance, literary fiction, even self-help books. This is not just theory. This is practical, proven, get-it-done stuff. The kind of insight you only get after 30 years of working in publishing and teaching writers around the world. And yes, I'm available to all my students 24/7 through the platform if you need guidance. This is not just a course, it's a once-in-a-lifetime resource you'll come back to again and again for every book you write from now on. The link for the course is beneath this video. If you can't find it, just Google my academy. It's there. Jump in while it's still at its launch price. Okay, final thoughts. Look, outlining isn't everyone's favorite part of writing. Well, not at first, but it becomes the part where you fall in love with your story before the first sentence is written. It's the part where you see the shape of your genius before it hits the page. And once you get used to it, you'll never want to go back. So if you've been staring at a blank page lately, or hitting the middle of your manuscript and thinking, what now? Maybe it's time to outline your way to clarity, momentum, and mastery. And as always, keep writing.